Hello, Lisa Hiles here. How are you? That's good. Thank you for joining me for lesson 25 of my B1 course for intermediate level learners, or for those of you with a score between 4 and 4.5. Today's lesson is a review lesson. So it's a chance to review things that we've done in 21 to 24. So that was the vocabulary of describing physical appearance, describing clothes, what you like, what's he like, those constructions, and used to as well, okay? And it's a good idea to do this before you move on to 26 to 29, just to see if there are any problems that you have that you want to solve before moving on to a higher level. Okay, let's look at task 1. Okay, this is a vocabulary task, and it's a review task to see how much you can remember. Okay, so point to the character. Here you can see a picture of 5 people. Can you point to the person with the following characteristics? Okay, number 1, who has wavy hair and who has straight hair? Okay, let's have a look. So wavy hair, this lady here in the black dress has wavy hair, and this lady here with the glasses has wavy hair. And straight hair, this lady here in the shorts, her hair is straight. Yeah. Number 2, who has shoulder length hair? And it's this lady here. It's on her shoulders. Look, it's not long like that. Okay, the lady in the black dress again. Number 3, who's wearing glasses? The blonde lady here with the blue jacket. Number 4, who's wearing a suit? Remember, a suit is a jacket and trousers of the same material. So it's this man here on the right. He's wearing a black suit. Number 5, who's wearing a tracksuit? Okay, so that's a tracksuit. Do you normally wear that for work or for sport? Yes, you normally wear it for sport. So it's this person here in the grey. He looks dressed for sport. A tracksuit where you have a top and trousers of the same material. Who's wearing casual clothes? Do you remember the meaning of casual clothes? So clothes you would perhaps wear to relax in. And I would say here, this lady in the shorts and vest is wearing very casual clothes. And this person here in the tracksuit also. And the opposite of casual clothes is smart clothes. Yep, so where you have to dress more formally, maybe for work. And obviously this person in the suit here on the right is dressed in smart clothes, and this person in the left with the blonde hair and the glasses, she's wearing smart clothes. She's wearing a dress and a cardigan. Number 7, who's dressed up for a special occasion? Do you remember this from the clothes lesson 23? Dressed up for a special occasion, for example, a party or a wedding. I think this lady in the middle with the shoulder length hair in the mini dress is dressed up for a special occasion, maybe a party. Also, this person here on the right in the suit could be dressed for a wedding or a special dinner, or for work. So who's dressed for work? Well, I think this person here in the suit could be dressed for work. this lady here with the glasses in the dress, but not this lady here in the black mini dress. I think that's for a disco or a nightclub, isn't it? And this lady, I think, here in the shorts and vest is probably dressed for the beach or for sitting in the garden. Yeah, but who looks fashionable? Yeah, so someone who follows fashion. At the moment, at the time of recording, probably the lady in the middle in the mini dress is probably the most fashionable in the UK. Okay? How did you get on? So that was a review of vocabulary from lessons 21 on describing physical appearance and lesson 23 on describing clothes. So if you had any problems there, perhaps flick back or go back to your notes and see what you have written to help jog your memory. Okay, shall we go on to the next slide? Here we go. Task 2, I'll just take myself away. What do you think the relationship is between these two men and why? Number 2, can you describe what they look like? Yep, so can you describe their physical appearance? And can you describe what they are wearing? Try to use as many words and phrases from lesson 21 and 23 as you can remember. Okay, so stop the slide here, read through questions 1 to 3 again, and write down your description of the two men here. What do you think the relationship is between them and why? Can you describe what they look like? And can you describe what they are wearing? And then after a minute, you can look at my answer. Okay? Okay, here is my suggested answer. I think they are father and son. The younger man really looks like his father, in my opinion. Do you agree? The father has grey hair, a grey beard, brown eyes and dark skin. He's in his 50s, I think. The son has dark hair and a dark beard in exactly the same style as his father. He also has the same eye and skin colour. He's probably in his 20s. They are good looking and well groomed. They look well built. Do you remember this? Well groomed. So when a man looks after his hair and looks after his beard, so they look very tidy and clean and quite elegant, you can use the word well groomed. And well built describes that they are neither thin nor fat, but that they have a good body shape. They are well built. Okay? Do you agree? Did you add anything that I didn't say? And finally, number 3, they are both wearing casual, long-sleeved shirts. One is plain white and the other has flowers on it. How did you do? So I really recommend that you take photos of, just look on your phone for the latest photo that you've taken of a family member or friend, and you try to describe them in full detail. Remember, if you're doing like an IELTS or an FCE exam or a PET, Cambridge Suite, you need to talk fluently for about 1 minute on your own. So it's a really good time to practice looking at a picture of a person and seeing how much you can say about their physical appearance and their clothes. Yeah, and maybe the relationship between them. And if you're not sure, you can say they might be father and son, they could be. Remember those modal verbs from previous lessons. I think modal verbs were probably around sort of like lesson 13 back there, if I remember correctly. Yep. So when you're not sure, you can say could be, maybe, or might be. Sorry, I've got a sore throat today, so I'm not very clear. Apologies. Shall we have a look at the next task? Is an IELTS speaking task. Here we go. So, describe a family member you enjoy spending time with. You should say what he or she looks like, so describe their appearance, what he or she is like, describe their personality, and say why you like spending time with him or her. Okay? Now, I have done this to give you the idea of some of the details that you could include. Okay, here is what I would say. So I've taken a photo of my children, Corin and Bryony, from my phone. Yeah? And here we go. Corin is 8 years old. He has short, wavy brown hair and big blue eyes. He's wearing a blue tracksuit here. He's very talkative, really kind, and has a great sense of humour. Bryony is 6 and has long brown hair, blue eyes, fair skin, and freckles. She's wearing a pink top with gold dots. Pink is her favourite colour, and she's intelligent and funny. I like spending time with them because they are full of energy and everything in life is new and exciting to them. They make me laugh a lot. Okay, so in that I described Corin and Bryony's physical appearance, their personalities, and why I like spending time with them. Okay, so now it's your turn. Stop the slide here, make some notes, and then time yourself. Try to talk for at least a minute. Okay, and here is my answer, if you'd like to read it again. Okay, that brings us to our final task, which is a revision of used to. Yeah, used to. So when do we use used to when we're talking about the past? Do you remember? It's all about past situations and past habits that are no longer true. Yeah, but they had to happen repeatedly, so many times, but they don't happen anymore. Okay, read this passage. The person is describing a happy time in his or her childhood. When is it possible to use used to? Yep, so if you look, I've put all of the past simple verbs in green. So when is it possible to change the verbs in green to used to? And when is it possible to change them to would? And can you say why? Okay, so as we know, the past simple is always correct when talking about something that happened in the past that doesn't happen anymore. Always. So if you have any doubts, use the past simple. But if you want to lift your language to a higher level, the native speaker, when talking about something that happened a lot in the past but is no longer true, would choose between used to and would. Okay, this is from lesson 24. Take a moment now to see if you can do this. I will read it to you and then you can have a think. My childhood was very happy. My parents never had a lot of money, but I have 3 siblings, so I always had someone to play with. My father was very busy, but he read us stories at bedtime whenever he could. My mother always found a little extra money to buy us treats like sweets or chocolate at the weekend. Okay, so see all those past simple verbs in green. Are there any that you can change to used to? Are there any that you can change to would? And can you say why? Okay, here come the answers. So stop the slide if you haven't finished. Here come the answers now. My childhood was very happy. My parents never had or used to have. Okay. Past situation no longer true, so we can use used to there. And notice it's full form after never because we haven't got did. My parents never used to have a lot of money. So presumably they have more now. But I have 3 siblings, so I always had or used to have or I'd always have someone to play with. Okay, so all 3 forms are possible here. Past habit and happy memory. For me, it's more natural to say I always used to have someone to play with, to be honest, because it's establishing the idea of something that was a situation in my childhood that was repeatedly true. Okay. My father was, or my father used to be, very busy. Okay. Past situation. But he read, used to read, or he would read to us at bedtime whenever he could. Okay, so there all 3 forms are possible because we're talking about something that happened repeatedly in the past, doesn't happen now, and it's this happy sense of happy memory as well. And I think there I would use my father would read us bedtime stories most naturally. And again, in this one, my mother always found or used to find or would find a little extra money to buy us treats. Again, it's a past habit. She didn't just do it once, she did it every time that was possible. Okay, and it's a very happy memory for me. So the only time we can't use would is when we're describing this situation here. So having money isn't a habit that it's a state, isn't it? So here we would just use the used to have a lot of money. Okay, and here the verb be, it's not a habit. Yeah, it's a state. So my father used to be busy. Okay, but it gives the sense that it was something that was true in the past for a repeated period, but isn't true anymore. So some quite big language areas there that are high frequency, so that we use them a lot, don't we? So for describing people, for describing past habits. So something to really focus on, especially if you're doing an exam and an IELTS, the examiners really listen out for that kind of thing. So keep practicing, make sure you're clear. If you're not clear on the rules, go back to lesson 24 and have another look. Okay, thank you very much for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next lesson. Bye.